and we find out what's happening with that team. And this week we picked Bristol City. We're joined by Jack Buchanan here from the City Till I Die YouTube channel. Good evening, Jack.
Hi, mate. You all right?
Very, very well, mate. Thanks for coming on the show today. Big game tomorrow against Swansea. That game live on TalkSport 2. Before we get to the game itself, Jack, you're sitting mid-table-ish. What were the expectations going into this season, and how far off those expectations are you currently?
To be perfectly honest, I think most City fans were sort of aiming for a solid mid-table finish, or just to avoid relegation, really. Last season was really up and down for us. Obviously, we had Holden for the start of the season. That didn't really work out. Pearson came in nearly a year ago now. And some fans aren't necessarily happy, but for me, personally, I think we're roughly where we should be at the moment. I think we've got a lot of good youngsters coming through, and I think where we are at the moment basically does reflect the squad that we have, in my opinion.
And on Pearson, I've always found Nigel Pearson a sort of manager that the clubs that he manages, the fans seem to really love him, but everybody else doesn't seem to warm to him very well. What have you made of his time there so far? And is it fair to say that he is a very Marmite character?
Yeah, I think he is. I think a lot of City fans enjoy him. There are one or two that you find across social media that won't enjoy him, but everyone that I speak to, I think most of us really like his sort of I don't know how to phrase it, sort of we won't help anyone else attitude. I know he did an interview when I think it was Nahki Wells was going to move to Cardiff towards the end of January. There's a loan offer coming for him, I think, and he was like, no, because we don't want to help Cardiff stay up. Ultimately, we're sort of rivals with them. We want them not to do well to an extent.
I love that.
And I think that's really good. He's come out and said about Tyreek Backinson as well. When he left, he was saying he doesn't want to be here, so why would we keep him around? So he's gone out on loan to Ipswich, where personally I don't actually know how well he's getting on over there. But I think a lot of fans that I've spoken to at least really do like Pearson. I think he's got a job for a fair while here, and we'll see what he's building.
And he had something to say about Jamie Patterson, who is at Swansea now. You'll be taking him on tomorrow. He spent 5 years at Bristol City, I believe. He was speaking about the fact that he thought he should have left the club, quite a while ago. What did you make of his time there, and what do you think? What do you expect from him tomorrow?
I really enjoyed Patterson. I really enjoyed watching him play. I think he signed for us late summer in 2016, at the start of the 2016-17 season. Signed for us from Forest. I think his first goal for us actually was against Forest as well. It was a winner back in that season. I really enjoyed him. I personally would have offered him a new contract at the end of last season. I don't know how most City fans feel about that. But he's gone to Swansea, and it's been a bit up and down. Obviously, there's been the recent sort of debacle with, I think it's an extension clause being triggered in his contract. But personally, I think I'll really enjoy him, and I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up scoring against us tomorrow.
I was going to say, what are his strengths, and how do you negate those strengths, having had him for so long at your club?
Personally, I think he's a real confidence player. I think we've seen that he really goes in fits and starts when he was with us. So, like, he came back from his loan at Derby in 2019-20, the season that got sort of halved by COVID. He came back from his loan at Derby then, and he was on fire for us for a few games, and it kind of just fell off after lockdown. It didn't really go to plan. He had a few good spells, and last season was very up and down again, but it was for the whole squad. I didn't personally think performed anywhere near as well as it could have last season. But yeah, I think Patterson will most likely score tomorrow.
Okay. And Andreas Weimann is on 14 goals, your top scorer this season. That seems like a lot of goals for a team that's in mid-table. Has he been out on his own in terms of getting all the goals for your club this year?
Weimann's been absolutely crucial for us. Last season he missed with an ACL injury, I think it was, and the bounce back has been unbelievable, really. I think we really, really missed him last season because he does so much, even off the ball. Like, his pressing is just relentless. And I think we've all sort of noticed it again this season. He's come back and he's become a goal scorer, which he hasn't always been known to do. He scored a few for us in and out, but 14 goals, like you said, is one of the highest scoring individuals we've had in a little while. I think Jeju got sort of 12 or 13 around that sort of mark in his last few seasons. But Weimann's been absolutely crucial for results we've got this season.
And just finally, I've got Daniel here in the studio with me, who's a Fulham fan, that was saying that when they knocked you out the cup recently, it was light work. You were rubbish. Any words of response to him?
I mean, I don't know. It was quite a tight game, really. The league game the week after.
I'm winding you up, Jack. He didn't say that really. I'm making that up. What did you make of the game, though?
What, the cup game?
Yeah.
I thought we played quite well, to be fair. Not so much the week after when we got absolutely pumped 6-2. But in the cup, I thought we kept it tight. It wasn't Fulham's first team, let's be honest. It was still a very good team in terms of the individuals on the side. But compared to some of the players they brought on off the bench, like Harrison Reed, I think came on, Mitrovic came on. It was frustrating to lose, especially when you saw that they got Man City away in the following round. But I thought we played all right in that game.
Is that a fair assumption, Daniel? Fair assessment of how the game went as you saw it?
Are you referring to the cup game?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose. I mean, that we got through, so I don't really care how it turned out. In the end, I don't really care. But I think he's all right. It wasn't the best team we could put out there, and we still managed to get through the cup game. Which tells you where we are operating right now in the sense of like the confidence we're playing football, and also the following week we go and score 6 past them. I think it tells you that in that league right now we are cut above the rest. And I say that confident because I know next year in the EPL
you're going straight back down.
No way, not with Marco.
And just finally, Jack, prediction for tomorrow's